All right, red black hollowed one. We just took a pretty stock hollowed one list from prior and slotted some neonates in here over faithless lootings. Let's dive into some matches and see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, oh, am I out of tickets? Oh, that's such a tilt, this application. Alright, apparently I have to go sell some treasure chests. Am I finally out of tickets? No, wait, that can't be true. I have play points. I have 200 play points and 29 tickets. What are you doing, Moto? Are you drunk, Moto? Go home. Select a deck. Hollowed one. Submit. Oh, it just didn't auto-pick my deck. Stupid game. Stupid client. Stop it. Femoral, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, let's play some hollowed one. I thought I had tickets. And I was like, wait, we just 4-1 to league, so we definitely have play points. That's not how this is supposed to work. Remember that part of us talking about Arena just being so much better than Magic Online? I'd rather they just had the interface they had for years where I click join and then it gives me a pop-up asking me which deck I want to join with, rather than having to hope it guesses right or manually change it. Yes, I'm going to keep this hand. I am not going to cycle the Street Wraiths on one. I think it's very incorrect to cycle the Street Wraiths on one here. I only have 8 good cards that ends. I guess I have 10 cards that it ends happy with. I'd much rather wait till 2 so that way Goblin Lore. So that way Goblin Lore is also an option. It also gives me 1 extra card to draw my 1-drops. So we did not. We lost the last match to Ponza. And the burning tree shaman tech to destroy us. Now, the downside here is there's a lot of Thoughtseize decks in this format, so like if they Thoughteize or Inquisition us here, we feel better. Yeah, that's true too. Even if we draw a land we just like, play 2 1-mana 4/4s. Alright, so against Burn, I'm actually, so like I could Burning Inquiry here, but I think we're actually just much better off just like playing 2 1-mana 4/4s. So like we did 5 to ourselves, we also put 8 power into play, so like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Block. Man, Seasoned Pyromancer looks kind of dope here, huh? Do the kids still say that? Can I say it's dope? Am I fly if I say the Seasoned Pyromancer is dope? Please stop. Please stop. You're killing him! You're killing him! Alright, 4 more power, go. It's lit AF. I have heard that one before. Lit fam? Lit fam is another one, right? Yeet. We're gonna yeet these hollowed ones across the board. We could die next turn, right? They could end step Boros Charm, untap, 3/3 us. Helix. Helix is scary because makes it harder to race. $4.20 blaze it, yo. So we're down to 7 here, and they have 3 cards in their hand. So if all 3 of those cards are spells, we're probabilistically dead. We're definitely not cracking this Bloodstained Mire. That seems like it would be a terrible idea. Yikes. Alright, I assume we're dead here regardless, but we'll go ahead and attack. When turn 2, 2 4/4s isn't good enough, the modern story. I don't think so, Marty. Mostly because of cards like Searing Blaze and Lightning Helix. I felt like if I waited a turn, they were probably just going to kill it anyways. So I'd rather just, like, try and dig deeper. Wow, that's incredibly good for us. Stagal, thank you for the 5 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. We are, in fact, you need to flashback this. If we were going to draw another land, this was definitely the best land in our deck to be drawing. That being said, they get to cycle the Sunbaked Canyon because this card's busted in their deck. Busted in half. We need them to just draw creatures and lands, chat. The clench against burn story, hoping they draw creatures and lands. Spoilers, they never draw creatures or lands. Oh no! Oh, they have the Boros Charm, chat. Yikes. Yikes. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do 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 do. Alon, bro. Alon, Ted. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Hashtag sometimes lucky. Do 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 do. We did it, chat. I'd like to pour one out for everybody who clenched for me. You're the real MVPs. The folks at home who made this possible. I appreciate you. Alright, I definitely want Fatal Push in this matchup. The question is, what do I want to cut? Is it some number of, do I just cut some number of Street Wraiths? Street Wraiths are like really good there, but it's probably really bad in any hand that doesn't have a, Hollowed Boy. I'm honestly surprised that one wasn't on there already. Good morning, Indie Terror. Happy Sunday. is a mulligan. It's only got 1 land in it. There's no Hollow Boy. More importantly, my land deals damage to me. I feel like the tiebreaker for that hand's kind of close, and I feel like the tiebreaker's the fact that my land deals damage to me. We've been very punished, chat. I think I bottomed those. Spin to win. Papi! Papi! You'll note here, chat, for those of you that are looking to play this deck at home, not only did we very skillfully keep both of our hollowed ones, but the more astute among you will note that Path to Exile went to their discard pile. So not only did we keep our important cards, but we discarded their hope of having a chance. That being said, watch us get dumpstered here now that they gloated a little bit. It doesn't even matter if we lose from here. We got that turn 1 dopamine hit. That was all we're looking for, really. All we're looking for is the turn 1 dopamine. Just hit me, dealer. Get in there. Let's drop the league. It's only downhill from here. All right, so they're 2 for 1-ing this Hollowed Boy. We don't remember the record of our leagues, only the feelings we had when we made these memories. Ain't that the God's honest truth? Flamewake Phoenix. Yeah, alright, no blocks. I was gonna block and ditch Burning Inquiry, but Flamewake Phoenix on top. 0% chance that happens. Let's get this bad Mamma Jam into here. Get on my board state. I guess I should technically wait to fetch. It's whatever. I'm not casting anything. Getting that sweet auto pass value, chat. It's all about that sweet auto pass value. How charming, opponent. How charming of you. They have 2 cards left. We could lose this race. Oh gosh, are we gonna lose this race? That's so unfortunate. YOLO Swaggins. Papi! Alrighty. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. Please don't play another Boros Charm. Do, 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 do. Why is the burn deck so busted, chat? Why is the burn deck so busted? These are a few of my favorite things. Yeah, the burn deck's just like unbeatable when they only draw 3 lands, and the fact that they have so many lands that cycle now means that they frequently only draw 3 lands. Yeah, we probably want some collective brutalities. I'm gonna make a note to update the list on the website. I think that's a good suggestion. I think I had trimmed those to fit in Seasoned Pyromancer. I didn't do another round of updates since what's it called? Burn became the best deck. Yeah, you probably want like 3 Brutality to the 75 and some of the main is fine. Why is Kalitas a good sideboard card? Instead of just shouting it at me, can you tell me why you think it's useful? What problem do you think we have that solves? So I'm curious as to how you think a 4-drop helps the burn matchup. This is the list that's on my website. Which will be gaining something new. Yeah, you're just dead before Kalitas. Games where Kalitas is relevant against burn, you're already winning. Alright, so let's do this, and then put a Flamewake into play here. Drawing a land that doesn't hurt us here is huge. The Pizza Leagues! Thanks for coming in for the 17th month. Welcome back. I appreciate that. 20 basic mountains and 40 lightning bolts. I don't know. Can't we fit some goblin guides in there somewhere? Are we going on a path? Yikes. Yikes. It's not a good scene for our hero, chat. Things are looking a little grim here. No delve creature, no hollowed one here really sucks. I think I'm just passing for now. I've got these discards at random in my hand here still, so I think I want to hold the land to have extra bad cards I don't mind discarding. I think we're just going to bolt something here. I think not hitting a delve creature or a hollowed one there means we're probably dead, but... We're going to 5 here, and they have 2 cards in their hand. Did do a lot. The critics have been properly skewered. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that, honestly, even with Collective Brutality, I think that without Faithless Looting, this deck's probably too slow and fair on average to keep up with Burn. And I think that's a big part of what we've seen happen that's, like, shifted Burn to be the top deck in the format, is that all of these other decks that previously, like, just got under Burn occasionally... They've all had the consistency and like real explosiveness kicked out from underneath them, right? Wonder if Dredge can still keep up with Burn. Dredge with 4 Creeping Shells. If you have like a Gnaw or 2 in the sideboard, you're probably still favored against Burn. I would venture to guess. Seems pretty good. Burn is a good deck to be the best deck. I've heard you say that before. In general, those are my feelings. However, with the addition of the cycle lands, I feel like Burn's been pushed into a this is too good territory. So generally speaking, yes, I think Burn's a pretty healthy deck to be the best deck in the format. But with the addition of Skewer the Critics and I don't agree with that in general, Weatherlighty. I actually think Burn, before it had this extra absurd amount of consistency added to it, it felt very reasonable to play against for good decks. I think bad decks felt bad to play against Burn because Burn just killed you before your bad deck did anything because your deck wasn't good. But like with the addition of Skewer the Critics and the lands that lets you get redraws, I think Burn's been pushed a little to the kind of towards the too good scenario. I'm confused as to what you're asking, Indie Terror. Hey, Elbhead, thanks for taking advantage of that September half off and joining Hoglandia. Good to have you here in chat. Welcome, welcome. This main deck, Knight of Autumn's gonna mess us up a little bit. Yowza. Alright, well, for next turn, we're gonna get some Flamewakes back. Hey, Yawgmoth with the huge host. Hope you had a good stream this morning. Welcome to folks coming over from there. Or hanging out playing some Modern on Magic Online this morning. I'm going to open by bolting this. Because if I get to recast the Goblin Lore here, it'll give this enough power to bring back the Flamewakes. Another spell crawler, it's a little rough. I don't know. In all honesty, I think we're gonna look back. We're gonna look back in a couple of years and go, God, do you remember when we thought playing Modern was a good idea? Historic is just so much better. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping 2 years from now we're like, what's Modern? Let's play some Historic. All right, spirits. Like Bant flashy stuff. Not really spirits, just like Bant flashy stuff. Fatal Push sounds great here. Hey, Indie Terror, thanks for doling out some sub-gifties. Happy Sunday to you. Welcome to our newest members of Hooglandia. I feel like they have a lot of things that block this Bloodghast pretty well. I'm gonna cut these, I think. Do I want to bring in Grim Boy? Nah, I'm just gonna bring in, like, a Thoughtseize. I guess Grim Boy kills their Death Touch Dorko. That's probably good. Yeah, we'll bring in one. I want to stay pretty linear on the play, though, I think. You think I want explosives? Like, explosives is really bad against Spellqueller. Like, you spend 3 mana, they Spellqueller you, and then when you kill the Spellqueller, the Engineered Explosives comes back and does nothing. Alright. Well, that was a little unfortunate. I skipped playing a land out there before casting Inquiry because I didn't care if one of them got discarded. Getting both of them discarded feels pretty bad, though. Seasoned Pyromancer looking really good here. Ditch double Flamewake. Get some guys, draw some cards. And, like, next turn I get to go play Tasigur, bring back 2 Flamewake Phoenixes. Pretty decent, pretty decent cycle here. Do you have another path? You do not. That's really good for me. Alright, Duck Free. This card's really good. I'm playing 4 of that in the Saheeli deck too. This card's super powerful and sweet. Sure, you have a 2/3. If they want to eat these, they take 8. So that seems good for me. That comparison is like... that comparison is so bad you can take a 10-minute break. Yeah. Yeah, Marty, you're exactly correct. People comparing historic to extended, like, just like have magically forgotten that extended was a rotating format, I guess, which is really weird to me. It's a very, very important fundamental distinction. Rotating versus not. Ice Fang Nakatl is their best possible card here. That's gross, because this lets them eat the birds and kill Tasigur. Caldrid, thank you for the 3/4 of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. For those that would benefit from a history lesson, the most apt comparison to historic is modern. And there's two big reasons for that. The first is that historic will be a non-rotating format, just like modern is a non-rotating format. And the second is that the size of modern when historic gets introduced is the same size legacy was when modern got introduced. And I think that's a pretty important distinction. If Wizards doesn't have a direct challenge option for non-rotating EDH on Arena, I'm gonna be really disappointed. That's very easy low-hanging fruit. They don't need to have an official queue. But if they don't at least allow people to direct challenge with that option, it's going to be a big miss on their part, in my opinion. We're not asking for a commander, Weather Lady. We're asking for a commander variation that allows you to play with every card on Arena, not just the standard League of Ones. I disagree with you, G-Goat, that Brawl should just be the historic card pool from the get-go, because the inception of Brawl was with the intention that it's supposed to be a rotating commander variation. So if you make it just the historic card pool, that changes the fundamental basis of the format. What you want is something different, and I think what you're asking for is good, and I'm gonna be kind of annoyed if they don't give it to us at least via direct challenge option. But to say that this is what Brawl's supposed to be is disingenuous. It's pushing what you want to be onto something that's very, very, very clearly defined not to be that. It's projecting. Dinky Dorko, thank you for the 19 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. That's something people tend to do a lot in general, and that includes the Magic community, is people tend to, like, take the thing that they want and pretend like it's the only thing that matters. Or like the only reasonable possibility. And a lot of times that's not the case. I think we saw similar things a lot with the historic announcement, for example. Like, people are conflating, like, the fact that they want historic to be cheaper alongside this means, they're like saying this means historic's gonna fail. And like, that pretty much just couldn't be further from the truth. Like, yeah, it'd be great if it was cheaper, but to say, like, it has to be cheaper or it's going to fail is, like, almost certainly incorrect, just based on the historical Magic data that we have. I really think we do need a chat and a friends list option, because I feel like my online Magic experience isn't complete until someone swears at me and tells me my mother is something unpleasant after they lose a match in this variance powered game. I really feel like I'm missing out on part of the Magic online experience by not getting to have that on Magic Arena. Yeah, Moto has a chat and a friends list. And the chat's a terrible idea. Please never put a generic chat in Magic Arena. Thanks. Just like I'll bet Historic ends up more popular than Standard G-Go, I'd bet a non-rotating commander variation on Magic Arena would definitely be more popular in the long term. But again, that's neither here nor there from you saying this thing that they created for the purpose of being rotating needs to not rotate, because they very clearly want it to rotate. That's why they created it. It's okay to be like, they created this thing with the purpose of it rotating, but we also want a non-rotating variation. Like, this isn't a you have to pick one or the other type situation. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, Marty, whatever actual brawl ends up being, they actually manage it via a ban list, right? Like, I'm hoping that that's the case. Yeah, hopefully they do the right thing and ban Little Tough Day 1. That would be ideal. So getting kind of punished for not bolting Snapcaster Mage in a turn. The reason why I didn't bolt their Snapcaster Mage at end of turn was because if I drew a Burning Inquiry or a Goblin Lore, I wanted to have it in my hand still. In a perfect world. Yeah, I don't have to worry about a bolt out of them. It's possible when I cast the Hollowed one, I should have fetched a basic. If I had fetched a basic when I cast the Hollowed one, I'd be up 2 points of life right now. Yeah, we've played Urza. As always, you can find every modern deck that I've played on my website and my YouTube channel. The Urza deck's very good. I think it's also very tedious to play on Magic Online, though. I've added it. So I let someone add it back to the queue for a second time, but it's definitely not going to be a deck that I'm going to accept constantly. Just, it's a lot like playing Devoted Druid on Magic Online in that respect. It's a good deck, but it's just like very tedious. All right, am I playing around game 1 Damnation? I feel like I'm supposed to play around game 1 Damnation. They're playing like a blue-black control deck. We're in the O2 bracket. I'm going to play around game 1 Damnation. I just like, you can, a big part of the reason why I don't like playing decks like Devoted Druid and Wurza on Magic Online is because it just ends up in a lot of situations where you're just like, well, if this was a game of paper Magic, I'd be 100% to win. I'd be 100% to win here because I'd do X, Y, and Z. But because this is Magic Online, I can't do X, Y, and Z, which puts me in this position where like I'm only, 70 or 80% to win this game instead of not. So Thoughtseize is pretty good here. I think I just trade like 2 bolts for 2 Thoughtseize. That seems fine. I'll just stay pretty linear. Leaving a couple of bolts in to like finish off a Jace or kill a Creeping Tarpit is fine. Are y'all ready to spin to win? Man, how tilted do you think our opponent is, like, playing against Hollowed One with their Fatal Push control deck? I'd be pretty tilted. Hollowed One. Rats. It's like, that removal spell is just, like, exceptionally bad against us. Syracuse is a Legacy main event, right? But they'll probably have a Modern Classic on Sunday, I imagine. In before Vapor Snag. If I still like this Saheeli Cat deck, I might try and make it out to the next modern Nerd Rage tournament. I think their next one is Legacy. I'm pretty sure next weekend is Legacy for them. Is Weekend Jeff Best Jeff? Something like that. For people who are my regulars, the reason why I decided to pop on today is because I will not be online Tuesday this week. I'm still going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. As always, my schedule is kept up to date on my website. We Fatal Pushing a Seasoned Pyromancer. Sounds great. Deal. All right. Show me your secrets. Do we just get Spell Stutter sprited? I ain't even mad. Honestly, I'm kind of impressed. Never lucky. Discarded our Our other hollowed one. Listen, as someone who's cast way more Spellstutter Sprites than you possibly should in Modern, I feel for what my opponent's trying to do. I feel for them, chat. I played an MCQ yesterday that had 100 players. The head judge was an L0 that didn't know rulings or penalty structure. I'd report your TO to Wizards. Although I guess part of that is Wizards' fault too, right? Because they lowered the requirement for what judges are expected to be. Any advice for how to board Yarok Fielding and Semi-Flash? Yeah, you basically just want to bring in all your cards that kill their 4/4 Flash Wolf. Because if you can keep their wolf off the table, they're never going to beat you. They're almost never going to beat you. All right, we're finally on the scoreboard. We beat Blue-Black Control. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer here on the weekend, I am not often here on the weekend. My usual schedule is about Monday to Friday, about 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cornfield time. But my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. We do some Modern every single morning. We usually do some Arena in the afternoons. As always, love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs out there. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support. And it is September currently, so if someone who's thought about subscribing to support my content in the past, your first month of subscription is currently half off this month. So thanks to Twitch for that. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Vitamin String Quartet creates unique instrumental string arrangements of everything from Zelda to Zeppelin, and they would love to underscore your next gaming session. You can find them streaming now on services such as Spotify and Apple Music. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of art that they already have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And of course, CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
alrighty, onwards, upward, backward, forward. Yeah. As you will, opponent. Take your favorite. It's probably a pay two mana and cast Bloodghast game. Important to remember, this is a new opponent, so I assume they're playing Grixis Shadow here. They just shocked that in. Seems to be indicative of that. Alright, well. Spin to win. Oh no, they got that soft stubby D, chat. Don't you just hate it when they give you the stubby D? Going big fishing. Do 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 do. I think we're losing this race, chat. I am by no means an expert, but I feel like we might be behind. Okie doke. I have a thick, thick boy. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Flamewake post-combat here. Although with this bolt in my hand and this haste creature drawn, I'm kind of inclined to try and race here. I'm getting pushed off a cliff anyways, sure. I guess one thing to note, the way I've sequenced my lands here, is if I want to bolt this turn, I have to fetch Shock to do it. This is a little awkward. Do you have another Fatty Boom Boom? You do not. Okay, that's good for us. Alright, who's got 2 thumbs and is dead to Teamer Battle Rage? This guy right here. Are you playing limited? Cast by 5 mana 4/4. You guys like my draft deck? Yikes. Yikes. I think if you're not going to play Stoneforge in that deck, Nick, you just go back and look at the builds that I had played previously. Alright, so this is like solidly not dead yet territory, so I get to attack with these. Yeah, other Hallowed one costs 3. Oh no! Oh no! I don't have another basic mountain. Oh no, I was thinking... Yeah, this is a Scalding Tarn, though. I was thinking I could play this, block, and then, like, hit them for 4 and bolt them the following turn. I mean, like, it's not really a shame I don't have other plays there. Like, I could play this and then, like, die slowly, but the outcome is basically the same. Like, if I'm not getting the other thing into play there, we're not winning the game, so it doesn't really matter. The outcome of us losing is identical. I guess Lightning Bolt's pretty medium here. I'll leave 1 in. I don't think I want Engineered Explosives. I don't think I want Leyline. Let's just run it. How has this deck felt so far? Too slow and fair. I think if you play it, you definitely want Collective Brutalities, but a lot like Grishelbrand, it feels like you're slowing down to the point where you should probably just be doing something else. Like, we lost a game where we put 8 power into play on turn 1 earlier today. Just like, it ain't what she used to be. Do 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 do. Do. Did they just fetch that tapped? Deal. Alright, please discard some birds. We kept both of our birds, chat. We kept both of our birds. Seasoned Pyromancer discarding Flamewake Phoenix has been kind of hot. I've enjoyed this interaction. We've done this a couple of times, and this has been enjoyable. But like this is like a way more mid-rangey play, right? We're dismembering my Seasoned Pyromancer. That's aggressive. I feel like that doesn't bode well for this Gurmag Angler. Maybe they just wanted to power out some Death Shadows. All right. I think we're going to get a little aggressive here and just hope not to die to Temur Battle Rage. Story of playing against Grixis Shadow. Never not dead to Temur Battle Rage. 143. That's unreal. Is that real life? That's a lot of songs, Marty. Hey, what's going on, Jin? Good morning. This is match 4 with this deck already. If we, this means I don't die to TBR, right? Because they fetch shock, they go to 3. This is a 10. This dies to TBR plus Bolt. I can't really play around TBR plus Bolt. So yeah, that's fine. We're going to block here to play around TBR. And hopefully kill them on the backswing. If they have TBR plus something else, we'll die. We're dead to Dismember plus TBR. The Mad Tipper, thank you for the entire year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I can go till about 1 today. Christy and I are doing something with the kids around 2. So I might, maybe we'll play some more Brawl today. Kind of wanted to try some of the other Brawl decks. We're just like full casual these days. It's another Goblin Lore. They're dead on board, right? They're dead on board. And I don't have to attack with these because this is menacing. Attacking with this plays around Snapcaster Mage. If I attack with everything, they could kill this, block here, and they still won't be dead, and then I'm likely dead on the backswing, so I'm going to leave 1 elemental back. So I'm attacking with this one to play around Snapcaster Mage flashing in. How do I play around removal? In what line do I have that allows me to play around removal? That was a good hit. I cast the Burning Inquiry there as opposed to the Goblin Lore because I wanted to be able to cast a 1-mana creature like a Delph Threat. Never not dead to Temur Battle Rage, chat. 100% of the time dead to that card. And they never don't have it. Greg says shadow players are dirty combo players that want to try and pass themselves off as not being dirty combo players, but they understand what Modern's about. Greg says shadow players are like recovering Jund players. Like, they realize their Jund deck is awful, but they still want to play discard spells, so they just, like, put a combo in their deck with discard spells. The red Kreplin. I see we're cheating 8+ power into play the man's way this morning. It's going on. Thanks for the 2 months. We're doing it the hard way. If by the man's way you mean the extra difficult way, then yeah, I guess. Tearing up your Chaos Orb. I understood that reference. Man, we get to attack for 5 next turn? Our deck's busted. Pendelhaven, Noble Hierarch, Infect. We have a pretty good sideboard plan for Infect. Huh. So, choices. If I Neonate bin Goblin Lore, I can play Tasigur this turn. Right, because that'll give me 2 cards in my bin, and then Wooded Foothills is a 3rd for a total of 5. I think that's the line. There's like another line where we like ditch the Bloodghast to do that way. I think this is fine. To smack them for 3 and then put this out. All right, fingers crossed we don't die next turn. Main deck Spell Pierce, yep. I think you're probably more likely to end up with a playable Fairies archetype in Historic than you are to end up with a playable Fairies archetype in Modern. Alright, currently at 0 Infect. Scale up. Groundswell. Might of Old Corrosa. Mutagenic growth, mutagenic growth. In the end, it doesn't even matter anymore. Man. Slow. I had someone leave. I had someone tell me they were very upset with one of my Modern videos because I kept pointing out how slow and fair Modern had become. Because someone earlier in the day had made the comment that Modern was a slower and more fair format. I was just like, that's just not even true. As we can see here with the slow, fair Modern format in its natural habitat. And thank goodness Splinter Twin is still banned. I honestly think a big part about what people forgot regarding Splinter Twin is that I think something that a lot of people would do well to remember is that the last time, it's what Hippity just said, anything that keeps Remand unplayable makes Magic better. The last time Splinter Twin was a playable deck, Remand was like a genuinely fine card in Modern, and Remand hasn't been a fine card in Modern in forever. I think EE is too slow. I'm already, another part of not only is EE slow, but like, I'm already boarding in a bunch of cards here. So I think the volume of stuff I'm already boarding in and EE being kind of medium anyways means it's not worth bringing in. No, I registered a lot of Remand in that when Twin was legal. Look, no numbers. Like, I played a bunch of Blue-Red Delver. I registered Remand in plenty of non-Twin decks. All right. Nothing like gambling. Spin to win. Yikes! Yikes! We discarded 2 lands, chat. We discarded 2 lands. Papi! Papi! We did it. We did it. We did it. Hooray! Hashtag sometimes lucky. Do I even want to delve my bin here? I kind of don't, right? I'm going to Thoughtseize them. Let's just do that. Ugh. They have another Ink Moth again. And they have their Fun of Pendelhaven to make Grim Lavamancer bad. That's unfortunate. Wait, am I dead? The Noble Hierarch does 6, 7, 8. They can put me to 1. I think they could have put me to 1 this turn. Because we fetch shocked so much and we Thoughtseized. No, I wasn't dead. Scale up's only +6. They would have put me to 1. They would have cut me off of this fetch land, but I wasn't dead. Just for reference. Alright, let's just kill this now before we get caught with our hand in the cookie jar. I think I want to delve the minimum here, so that way I have more Grim Lavamancer activations. So many people sub during September that you turned notification off. I did not. When you resub sometimes on the desktop, you have to refresh your notifications. You have to refresh your browser page to send the notification through Shiny Psyduck. At any rate, welcome back. Thanks for the 9 months, Smith. Alright, so they have Blossoming Defense and that. So I think I'm starting on Burning Inquiry to see where we go. I'd really like to draw another removal spell here. Well, we discarded a removal spell, so there's that. They discarded Rancor and Blossoming Defense, though, so, like, we've got that going on. There you go, Psyduck. Thanks for the 2 months. Hope you're having a good one. No worries, Vorsmite. Thanks for taking the time to re-up it. I usually set a calendar reminder on my Google Calendar to remind me to use my Prime sub. It's every 30 days. Send me your RNG. Please, RNGesus. Bless this house. So, we're probably dead here, right? Because Pendelhaven beats Grim. Any pump spell is lethal here. I guess we're only at 6. So if they Pendelhaven... Okay, yeah, I think we're actually okay here. For this turn at least. Alright, and then I'm just gonna hit their dome here. Because hitting this doesn't do anything because they have Pendelhaven. Really need another removal spell here. Or a land, so that way this can find another removal spell. So we're hoping for, like, land Fatal Push or land Bolt here. Looks like we're going to end up 1 turn short here. Bolt actually would have been lethal here. It's unfortunate. Flamewake Phoenix post-combat would have also been good, so we could have a blocker. Yeah, the fact that Flamewake only has 1 mode, aggression, is tough. Yeah. Yeah, they are pretty tilting, Jin. You just, like, have very little player agency. And, like, if I go to kill this in response, they just Pendelhaven it. So, we're dead. The old 1-4 here. I've been cleaning a lot of decks out of the Modern section on the website. This is probably another one that's going to get cleaned out. I think you could probably make it... You could probably make it a little bit better by adding Collective Brutality. Like, that's definitely a card that's, like, good against Burn, and it would have been fine against Infect there, but I think even with making some small changes, this deck's probably not very good in general. The ceiling on its power level went down a good bit without that extra consistency from Faithless Dueling like most of the things, so... This is not one that I'd be recommending. It's one I'm going to pull off the site. Hey, Farsight, thanks for the 10 months. We're going to play Brawl when the actual format releases. Probably. We'll see. We're going to try it. I don't know if it's going to permanently become a regular thing. It depends on how much people like it. My decisions on what I play and when tend to be very data-driven, so... Depends on how popular it ends up being or not. Thanks for the 10 months. We've not played Tombscour Dredge. As always, you can find every deck that we've played on my website and my YouTube channel. Yeah, I would be willing to bet that that's probably the case too, Marty. I would be willing to bet that it's going to be popular at first, and then when the novelty wears off, people would rather watch other things. But we'll see.